There are numerous commentaries on the Gospel of Thomas which assume that it is teaching that we have to regain our primordial image which Adam lost. However, the Gospel of Thomas does not speak positively about Adam, nor does the Gospel of Thomas say anything concerning us becoming like Adam was before the fall. We are to become greater than Adam was. We are to become like Christ. See saying 13, 61 and 108. Some commentaries use many sayings from the Gospel of Thomas to prove that we have to regain our primordial image. However, I am not going to look into these sayings, only the ones that clearly speak about Adam. Saying 46, Jesus said, "From Adam to John the Baptist among those born of women, no one is so much greater than John the Baptist, but for fear that the eyes of such a one should be lost, I have said, he who among you shall be the smallest shall know the kingdom will become greater than John." So Adam was born through the spirit of the deity and Mother Earth, thus he is born from below, or born of a woman, Mother Earth. Here Jesus is not speaking very highly of Adam, but of John. It is John the Baptist here who is the greatest, not Adam. However, those who come acquainted with the kingdom, that is to find your real self, the Son of Man inside you, are greater than John the Baptist. Colossians chapter 1 and verse 27, to whom God would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. Saying 85, Jesus said, "Adam came from great power and great wealth, but he was not worthy of you, for had he been worthy, he would not have tasted death." One commentary has mistakenly said this passage is referring to recovering our primordial image which Adam lost. Yet this passage is clearly speaking of a man that fell from grace. Adam was certainly one who fell from grace. He was the Son of God, yet his fateful decision shook the earth and brought humanity down to the grave. Adam came from great power and great wealth. The great power and the great wealth is the Spirit of God. The spirit wealth of the powers. The powers are the Elohim, the mighty ones. It is a plural word meaning powers or mighty ones or powerful ones. The spirit of wisdom. Proverbs chapter 8 verses 22 to 26. The spirit of the powers was hovering, moving, like a mother bird brooding over her young. Deuteronomy 32 verse 11. Exodus chapter 19 and verse 4. The Spirit is described as a dove. Matthew chapter 3 and verse 16. Powers said, the Elohim, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the living creatures." Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26 and 27. So the powers, the Elohim, created man in his image, male and female created he them. And he did not become worthy of you, for had he been worthy of you, he should not have tasted death. Adam was found unworthy. Paul makes a comparison between the first and the second Adam. Romans chapter 5 and verse 12 to 15, 17 and 19. Compare also Job chapter 31 and verse 33, Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 21 to 22, verses 42 to 50, 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 14. In contrast to Adam, whose sin led to death, stands Jesus, whose obedience leads to life. The outcome of Adam's sin, according to saying 85, was death. The effect of those who find the meaning of Jesus' words will be not to taste death, according to saying 1. The phrase not taste death is a favourite of the Gospel of Thomas. See saying 1, saying 18, 19, and saying 101. Sorry, no, 111. Although it was also known to the Gospel of John, thou shalt not taste death. The saying is also known in the Gospel of John. John chapter 8 and verse 51 and 52. Now we come to the saying about us becoming like Jesus. Saying 108, Jesus said, whoever drinks from my mouth will become like me. I myself shall become that person, and the hidden things will be revealed to him. In this saying, and saying 13 and saying 61, those who meditate on Jesus' words and are drinking from wisdom's fountain and become like or equal with Jesus. This saying explicitly states that the true believer who drinks from Jesus' mouth becomes Jesus. Drinking is done by means of investigating and finding the symbolic meaning of the parables and proverbs of Jesus' words, as is discussed in the introductory saying of the Gospel of Thomas and saying 1. Now we come to the saying about us becoming like Jesus. Saying 108, Jesus said, whoever drinks from my mouth will become like me. I myself shall become that person, and the hidden things will be revealed to him. In this saying and saying 13 and 61, those who meditate on the words of Jesus are drinking from wisdom's fountain and become like or equal with Jesus. This saying explicitly states that the true believer who drinks from Jesus' mouth becomes Jesus. Drinking is done by means of investigating and finding the symbolic meaning of the parables and proverbs of Jesus' words, as is discussed in Thomas's introductory saying and saying 1.